Hey guys, how you doing? This is MMPR Fan 94. Welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm going to be doing a video game review. Now I already done this on my channel about a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago, but I decided to redo it because at the time I didn't have the technology to make it look that good. So since then my phone camera is onto like a tripod and I can take videos of my TV no problem. So the video game system I'm gonna bring to you today is my personal favorite and what I consider to be the greatest video game system ever made, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, before I show you the system, the control, the cartridge, I'm going to give you a little backstory. Now, back in the 80s, as you know, you had all these systems. You had ColecoVision, you had Intellivision, you had Atari, and producers were just making that many games, unlicensed games, that the industry crashed. And the rumor is that the ET for the Atari 2600 was so bad, it made the game industry crash. So in 1985, Nintendo and Sega rose from the ashes. And on Nintendo's side, we got the Nintendo Entertainment System, and on Sega's side, we got the Master System. And them two competed in the mid 80s, late 80s, and the Nintendo Entertainment System blew the Master System out of the water. So then Sega had to go back to the drawing board, where when they come up with the Sega Mega Drive, also known as the Genesis in America, or most of the Western world knows it as the Genesis, and then Europe and Japan call it the Mega Drive. We bit of trivia for you there. So they competed for a wee while, and then of course Sega went into doing stuff like making campaigns about the silly, and Genesis does what Nintendo average and stuff like that. And then of course after the Nintendo's lifespan disappeared, Nintendo come up with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and then the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive went ahead in what's known as the 16-bit war. Now, I'm going to say nothing on this because I have a video. I done a well-detailed video of the SNES versus the Mega Drive on my channel, 2 parts. Please check it out. Basically fills you in on what happened, and I compare the system, games, the controllers. Please check it out. It's a very detailed video and you'll enjoy it. It definitely fills you in on how good the 16-bit war is. But anyway, back to Super Nintendo. Of course, the Super Nintendo eventually ended up blowing the Mega Drive out of the water. And then, of course, that's just a bit of history of the Super Nintendo. And, of course, its rivals and its predecessor. So, I will show you the system now. And there it is, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Of course, this is the PAL version, which I absolutely love. I love this design so much. Of course, the Japan version was called the Super Famicom, which is the same design. The only difference was, instead of saying Super Nintendo, it just said Super Famicom. But they're pretty much the same system. You know, they've got the same power button, the same power button, the same reset button, the same eject button, and it's got the coloured circles here. So it's the same system, it's just it says Super Nintendo instead of Super Famicom. Now, the American system was a wee bit different. It was more like a blocky shape with purple buttons, and I don't like it, to be honest. I prefer the PAL and Super Famicom design. Now, fair enough, it's not a bad design, but I just prefer the PAL design over the... But then again, everybody has their own opinions. Some people like the American SNES, some people like the PAL SNES, some people like both. But to me, I just like the PAL version. And so I'm going to show you what the American SNES look like. So I'll show you here now. You see how different they are? They're quite a different design, and I don't really understand why Nintendo of America made that decision to have the design like that. I don't know. I honestly don't have the answer for it. But I just love the PAL Super Nintendo. It's such a lovely wee system. So the cartridges, as you can see, are here. And I like the PAL cartridges. The only difference between the PAL cartridge and the Japanese cartridge is the label is a bit more detailed than the PAL Super Nintendo cartridges, but I like these anyway. This is the game I'm going to be doing for you, Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. Originally it was just Super Mario All-Stars, and then which was Mario Bros 1, Mario Bros 2, Mario Bros 3, and the Mario Bros The Lost Levels, which is the Japanese Mario Bros 2. And then later on they released it again with Super Mario World added onto it, so I just thought I'd buy this one instead of buying both. So I'm just going to show you the American cartridge a wee second. And what better game to show you than what I consider to be one of the best games on the Super Nintendo than Final Fantasy VI, also known as 3 back then. And all the Final Fantasy names. All you need to know was back then it was 3, but then originally it was really known as 6. See, they're really different, you see, because these were made to match the design of the American Super Nintendo. So they're quite different cartridges. And as far as I know, we never got Final Fantasy VI in Europe. So I tried to look for a PAL version, but apparently we never got it in Europe. So that kind of sucks. But it's just the Europe version, and then, or not the Europe version, the American version, and then the Japanese version, which is Final Fantasy VI. Just the whole story behind that was there were certain Final Fantasies that weren't released outside of Japan. So, you know, that's why it's called 3, because there was only 3 games released outside of Japan. The Final Fantasy, then 2 and 3, which really were 4 and 6. But I explained it on my Super Nintendo versus Sega Mega Drive video. It is complicated, but that's just I just showed you for the design of the Super Nintendo American cartridge. So that's the cartridges. I want to show you the controller. Now I love this controller. It is my favorite controller. Now I'll give you a little backstory on the controller. In the 80s, you had a lot of systems. You had the ColecoVision, you had the Intellivision, you had the Commodore 64. No, the Commodore 64 was 70s. ColecoVision, Intellivision, them controllers, like, they weren't very great controllers. Then you have the Atari 2600, which had the joystick and the red button. So that's all we had. So in 1985, whenever Nintendo made the Nintendo Entertainment System, they released the 2 buttons, the D-pad, the start and select button. So whenever they made the Super Nintendo, they improved on that a bit more by adding the X and Y button and shoulder buttons. Now I'm going to show you an example with my PlayStation 4 controller. The design of the controllers haven't changed that much, but pretty much the Super Nintendo controller basically started at the basis for most controllers. Xbox controllers or PlayStation controllers all have a similar design, except they were advanced upon, handles, more shoulder buttons. But you see what I mean? You still have the bases, the D-pad, the shoulder buttons, the face buttons. It's just later on they added the analog sticks and more shoulder buttons, stuff like that there. So as you can see, basically Nintendo revolutionized the controller big time. So that's the controller. Now the only difference between the PAL and Super Famicom controller is the American controller. Now I'm going to show you it here. See, the only difference is the buttons. The A and B button are purple, and the X and Y button are grey with wee like concave buttons, which I can't understand why they did that. I mean, they just seem fine to me. The colour buttons, I love them. Some people hate them, some people like them, but to me, I love them. So that's the controller. So I've done the system, the controller, the cartridges. I think I've based everything. Now, I think the Super Nintendo in the UK was 50 Hz for a long time. We didn't get SCART until about the late 90s, I think. Don't quote me on that, but well, the first real system we really had SCART with was the PlayStation or PlayStation 2, and so in America it was 60 Hz, here was 50 Hz, so that was the difference between the two. But for by that, you know, it was just different design, but still basically the same games. So I covered, that's the system, and also I'm now going to set up the system, and I am going to show you the game I'm going to play here, Super Mario All-Stars. I'm going to play, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the first world of Super Mario Brothers. Then I'm going to play the Lost Levels and do the first level, because that game is a wee bit harder. Well, no, actually I'll try and get the Bowser and see how that goes. And then I will play Super Mario Bros. 2 and get the Birdo. Then I'll play Mario Bros 3, do the first world, get to the first Doom ship, and then I will play Super Mario World when I get to the first castle. So I just think, what better way to review the Super Nintendo than play the game that was released with it, and of course the Nintendo games, than Super Mario. So I will set up a system and I will get showing you the gameplay. So I hope you enjoyed this bit so far, and I'll get the game up and running and I'll start playing the game and show you how it goes. Right, here we go. Start with Super Mario Bros. I have a habit of going too fast in stages like these. That's just how I play Mario, it's just my natural instinct on how I play it, you know. I just need to slow down and stop rushing through the stages. But believe me, it's easier said than done. Right, that'll do Super Mario Bros. 1. I'm going to move on to the Lost Levels, where I'm just going to do the first stage, because at a couple of practice goes, the Bowser's Castle kicked my butt. Nope, don't want that one. It's pretty much the same game though. It's a wee bit harder. Right, that'll do for Mario the Lost Levels. Move on to Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. You can pick between Mario, Luigi, Peach and Toad. Basically the story behind this was Nintendo of America thought that the Mario Bros 2 was too hard, so instead of the game that Japan got, they rehashed Doki Doki Panic and turned it into Super Mario Bros 2. But I don't mind it, it's still a good wee game, I like the music. My favourite power blocks. Oh, Mario Kart, you've looked at this before, I'm telling you. See, it's a completely different version of Mario. I don't mind it. Oh, them clouds are playing havoc with my camera. Wow. Sweet. Nice one. Right. Gonna move on to Super Mario Bros. 3 now, my favourite. This was the first Mario game to have a map screen and everything. I tell you, that's my favourite Mario game in the 2D era anyway. Today, da, 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 da. Oh, I can't help myself, the music's just so good. If you hold the run button in and jump, you can fly with the raccoon. It doesn't last, it lasts a wee while, but it doesn't last that long. Ah, can't believe that. Oh well, I'll get 1 life. If you get 3 stars, you get 5 lives. Then stage 4 you don't have to do yet. This is a wee mini game. Oh. Oh well, I tried. Love this theme. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Oh well, I tried something new. Now for my favourite part of Mario Bros 3, the Bowser Doom Ship. And we have the first Cupcake Head, can't remember his name. Thank goodness. Right, that's Super Mario Bros. 3. Time to move on to Super Mario World. You, Yoshi. What the hell? Did you just see that? Holy crap, the game just glitched on me. Crazy. Well, that's all the games done now. So I'm going to turn the system off now and then give me my conclusion to the video. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game footage of all them games. So in conclusion, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, it is my favourite game console, and it's my favourite of all the Nintendo systems. I have them all over there, but my conclusion, I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10, definitely, because it looks great, the controller's fantastic, the games are brilliant. I mean, it's really good for its RPGs. I mean, it's got 3 of the best RPGs ever made: Final Fantasy VI, Secret of Mana, and Chrono Trigger. I mean, I'm not particularly a big RPG fan, but my cousin is, and those are his 3 favourite games on the Super Nintendo. And, you know, it's really good. I mean, you've got, it's good for the Nintendo exclusives. You've got the Mario games, you've got F-Zero, you've got Star Fox, known as Starwing in Europe, because there was some sort of copyright and licensing issue, but Star Fox pretty much. You've got Mortal Kombat, you've got Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which is a brilliant game on Super Nintendo. You really need to try it out because it's one of my favourite games on the Super Nintendo. You've got Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, another game you have to check out. It's fantastic as well. You've got so the amount of games on it is fantastic, and it did blow Sega out of the water. But again, check out my Sega vs Nintendo video, and I'll fill you more in on the details. So, in conclusion, I'm definitely going to give the Super Nintendo a 10 out of 10. If you're a video game fan or a video game collector, the Super Nintendo is a must-have. It is definitely a 10 out of 10 in my book, and I do consider it to be the greatest video game console ever released. Just the amount of games, the first-party games, the fighting games, the RPGs, it's definitely a very, very good system. So in my conclusion of this video, I'm giving the Super Nintendo a 10 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, comment on it, let me know what you think of it, and hopefully I'll get more video game related content onto the channel. I've got a few more Sega games I can review. I've got Super Mario Kart. I've already done Super Mario Kart, but I'll probably maybe do more in-depth review. I've got Mario Kart Wii on the Wii, which I might do a video with. So there's more video game stuff to come up onto the channel, but for about that there, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel, and I really hope you enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. So I will see you around, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.